Good
Guys,
morning,
today's Sunday, August 18th, 2019. Andrew here, and
Andy.
we're gonna talk about today about the division going on in the United States, specifically in regards to the president's tweets and how he's been handling four members of the United States House of Representatives reputation. In specific, Representative Tlaib, who recently went to Israel, was denied entry, as a matter of fact, because Trump set out a tweet, quote, "It would show great weakness to let someone who hates this country so much to allow them in," unquote. And then Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel actually took the request in. Now, this white supremacy that's going around in the world, you can see it reflecting in many other countries. You see a Donald Trump replica with Boris Johnson in the United Kingdom. You have the Germany's Congress and Parliament is swifting very sharply to the right. You have several countries that are embracing these, I guess you can say, divisive values. And this is something that we must not embrace and we need to combat at the end of the day. We can't let this become a norm, and we definitely cannot allow 4 more years of President Donald Trump. Do you have any opinion on his divisiveness or from what you hear at the cafeteria?
Yes, I do not like the speeches Donald Trump has given. I feel like all this guy has done is divide the country up and just cause so much chaos. I mean, you see all the mass shootings, all the horrible things that are happening to the country.
And
And,
it's with that point
you
that
know,
I want to butt in actually. It seems that every good thing that Trump says or does follows 10 to 100 repetitive terrible things. Whether it's Twitter, whether it's a public policy, whether it's a court ruling within the appeals court striking, which, as a matter of fact, I looked this morning and I saw something about the appeals court ruling in Trump's favor. We'll talk about that another time.
yeah. Yeah, and it's horrible the way he's treating these women of Congress, the squad as they call themselves, and I identify with them and I feel so bad to be a minority in this country right now. I mean, you see what's going on. You see all these mass shootings, people targeting Mexicans or whatever, and I'm not Mexican, but it doesn't matter. It's horrible that people are killing anybody, honestly. I don't think what we're seeing now,
I don't think that reflects the true values
it does
of what
not.
America stands for,
I
actually.
agree.
What I mean by that is America is a country of immigrants. For every white nationalist and white supremacist, I'm going to educate you a little bit and school you in the basics and fundamentals of who was here first. It wasn't you, it wasn't your ancestors. As a matter of fact, it wasn't most and the majority of us. 99% of us, or a good 99.3% of us, are immigrants, and while 0.7% are American Indians. This is based on the 2010 census that was released and is available online at the .gov website. But as a matter of fact, with that being said, these white supremacists really have no basis or grounds or foundation on their claim. So this is fueled by hate. This is not fueled by who is here first. This is not fueled by securing the border. This is not fueled, or this is the rhetoric that the president exhibits. As a matter of fact, when he talks about this is to secure the country, when he talks about this is in the interest of the national security of the United States, this is really an interest for his base and an effort to undermine the American electorate as well as to divide the country. With that being said, we need to have somebody in the Democratic primaries who can defeat Trump and run against him without losing. And there is actually serious concerns about Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I just don't see him doing the job great. And I heard there's actually an Axios report recently that Joe Biden was confronted by former President Obama, and Obama actually said that, quote, he didn't have to do this. Now, Biden is a lifelong public servant to this country, having served both in the Senate and as president of the Senate in his capacity as vice president of the United States. But I think when he left office and decided not to run in 2016, he did so with an intent that there would be a Democratic successor to uphold the 44th president's, administration's policies and rulings. So I feel like he kind of jumped into this race impulsively. He doesn't really have a campaign message. I mean, I feel like his fundamental campaign message is, hi, I'm Joe Biden. Elect me, and there won't be no more Donald Trump. You know, if that's all he got, I mean, I like Joe. He's a nice guy. He's fantastic. But I'll be honest with you, I'd rather see someone fresh. We need someone who can revive and heal the division within the Democratic Party, specifically on the left and in the moderates. There's been a huge swing to the left recently. This guy is all the way to the left. I'm more of a moderate. So if there's a candidate that can combine our values and unite us as Democratic members, and just not even party wise. Let's forget party, because parties can become divisive. I would just say general good citizens of the United States who are looking out for their country. That being said, Fox News released a couple polls. Trump's trailing 5 Democrats in all the polls. This is about August 16, 2019, August 17, released early in the morning. With that being said, the president must be shaking right now, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I bet you
He listens to Fox News a lot, and for Fox News to come out with these polls where he's losing everywhere, honestly, he's losing it by everywhere, with everybody. And I'm pretty sure he must be very devastated, and he should definitely start, packing his bags and start hopefully leaving very soon, don't you think?
I mean, I think he shouldn't get too comfortable, and I think he might want to consider packing his bags prematurely based on the House findings and investigations going on in the House of Representatives right now. But I don't. On the subject of impeachment, I think it's very divisive. I do kind of agree with the speaker in that I don't have much in common with Speaker Pelosi. Actually, I think she needs to go. I think she's a relic. I don't mean that in a discriminatory face. I mean that we need to have term limits. She's been in Congress for over 30 years. That's not representing the values of today's Democratic Party, which honestly the values right now is fractured. But we need someone to unite, and I don't think Pelosi can unite. It has to be at the top of the ticket. It has to be whoever the nominee is. And rather that's, you know, Joe Biden, or as much as I cringe to say, or Bernie Sanders, I would hope to see a new face such as perhaps Elizabeth Warren, Pete Buttigieg, somebody that is not nationally recognized and can implement their policies without a prior record. That being said, Joe Biden has a record that I don't know much about and everyone's chafing him for. I can honestly care less his record any day, and all the Democrats running today, the top 5 Democrats running who are beating Trump in all the Fox News polls, they're all a better choice than the current president. I can tell you that.
Yep, I agree.
With that being said, we'll continue this talk another time. This is Andrew.
This is Andy. Please subscribe.